Hello, and welcome back to another part of the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Last time here, we were interrogating Shadow, who the game so desperately wanted us to think it was him. It obviously wasn't. Said it then, I'll say it now. Say no. Although I guess technically we haven't gotten a full-blown alibi, so... Can't believe it's secret pass this whole time. Would have been very useful. Yeah, the library is close to the bathroom. Would have been really convenient. Oopsies. I see our priorities are different. Conductor's car! What will I find there? The conductor, I'm sure. Admittedly, I haven't seen the conductor in a while. I hope he's alright. Ready to get a conductor's car? Let's finish this after a few more songs. No, let's finish. It's now or never. Conductor car. Well, immediately I see a knocked over mug. Should really sort out my evidence before I continue. You have 3 pieces of evidence, calm down. Well, I mean, there's 5, but 2 of them you never use. And yet you still insist on not getting rid of those when you sort your evidence. In my short time working on this train, I haven't visited the conductor car yet. Feels empty. Wait, where's the conductor? That's sad. Odd. I haven't seen that the train at all. Who's in charge of the train? But what happens if we have a run-on collision? It's clearly a high-end train, but I don't know. It seems dangerous. Last sounds when he left the dining car. Something clearly happened here. Nothing can't figure out. Come on, time to investigate. Yeah, I really want to know who your source was. I'm still leaning towards SBO, if it's anyone. Like, if it is any of them. Like, I still think it's probably more probable that someone that isn't even supposed to be one of the culprits is responsible. Like the conductor, for instance, or Amy. I wouldn't even totally rule Tails out. I find it extremely unlikely that it was Tails, and if it is him, he is an expert manipulator. On top of other things, but I guess it's not totally impossible. Let's crack on! Why the conductor looks so young in his uniform? He's been here a long time. After 32 years, he told me he's finally retiring. Said he's headed to Spagonia with his wife. Hope they have a great trip. 32 years is a long time. I wish them a lot of happiness. Any future sorrow will be fleeting. Yes, I wish that too. You know, I'm alright. I don't need to check the trash bin. You're satisfied finding the clue before, huh? So, I know they say always check the trash bin, but I'm good. I'll go on a high note. Oh, well, okay. A microphone? You can talk the whole train with this! Should I say something? Start beatboxing. If you can hear this, your armpits stink. I have to. Oh, you return the microphone? Well, if you can hear this, your armpits stink. Wow. Amy just looks concerned at the other door and just like, I'm embarrassed to be even remotely involved with this guy. As they should. Ellipses. Ellipses. My armpits are not clean. I'm sure they are, Tails. We're just being silly. What's not the audience for that sort of joke? I mean, I gotta do the beatboxing. Wait, would you put the mic? Yeah. I mean, at least Shadow looks slightly less angry at us, but Amy looks even more angry, so it balances out. Whoopsies. Just offering August some musical entertainment. That was impressive, Mike. Thank you for sharing. Plus, third exam was this. I'm just these screenshots the entire train. Yeah, they're used to show information and advertisements. They're nice. The picture's really clear. I'd watch a full movie on one. I saw slides that had pretty Amy. It's so cute. Wait, there was? Where? The next ad being for nasal medication was a little jarring, though. But the high-quality screens probably didn't do that ad any favors. Not at all. Perhaps too much detail. Oh, almost missed the vent. A vent? It's a large one. Seems like at least one person could fit through. Not a problem for me, but I'm not sure how you'd get up there, or anyone but you that's on this train. I guess maybe if they really tried, Knuckles and Reach could get up there, but it would be difficult even for them. Oh, he hasn't seen him fly before. Wait, why wouldn't it be a problem for you? Ellipses. 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 Actually, come to think of it, has Shadow ever seen Tails fly? That's a valid question. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, no, the battle they had in Sonic Heroes. There you go. That's technically flying, sort of. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of close. Oh, the Tails. Right. Megamind! Jeez. Alright, same with the mug. Did this follow when the train sped up? Not sure. Wait, what's that in the mug? A cup of Joe in your hand, like by your side paradise? Alright, we get it. He loves his wife. Yeah, it's what I'm getting. Yeah, there's controls there. Okay, that's definitely important, so I'm leaving that for last. I didn't know this robot arms could also drive the train. Oh, so that's why the train's been fine. Yeah, but they can't access every function of the train like the conductor can. Did they teach you to drive it? Of course that is his first day! Oh, no, just how to mark the Y. Microwave. I miss some of these functions. Maybe I could drive the train. I would completely trust you to drive the train. Have fun, Tails. It's gonna start flying within like 10 minutes. That's the same, actually. It's true, you could drive this train flawlessly. Oh, guys! Alright, robot arm. At least this exclamation mark. This robot arm has been completely torn off. Yeah, creepy. That arm's powerful. It'd be tough to break out of its grip. A lot of people have the strength to tear this off. The question is why? Confrontation definitely occurred in this room. We should log this. Aye, sir. Broken robot arm is added to your inventory. Alright, now for the thing they obviously want you to see. What's this? Was someone playing dots? Started throwing dots of blow dart. Oh, well, that actually checks out. Someone brought a weapon onto this train, and the sensor didn't catch it. This means our entire faith in the egg not being a bomb before is a lie. We were really lucky. Exclamation mark. That shouldn't be possible. Tails is right. Train detects any weapons on passenger before letting them aboard. Let's make a note of this. Low dots is added to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's talk to Amy and solve this once and for all. We could talk to Amy, but I want to talk to Shadow first. It's an odd way of conductor since the dining car. Yes! Very! He's still my #1 suspect. But I figured he had to drive the train the entire time. I'd guess the same, but the train's speed up is a HUD. I currently don't know where he is. Hope he's alright. Admittedly, I do miss his laugh. Ha 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 ha! Ellipses. You two? You have enough evidence for me to call everyone here? So I think we named a suspect. What do you think? Ready to solve this case? First off, would you please tell us who your source was? Because it's almost certainly them that we're going to need to grill. Which, like, if we're going with the main cast, like, I still think SPO is the most suspicious. And it's not just because of the Shadow thing. Like, his whole alibi was extremely flimsy. Hello everyone, this is Spartico speaking. Spartico the conductor car at once. Oh no. Everyone's gonna be here. Well, except for Sonic and probably the conductor. Yep, everyone ellipses. Everyone ellipses. Yes, wonderful to have you all here. Tails and I are ready to announce a prime suspect. What's this? It's from Megamind. Why isn't Sonic showing up? Ellipses question mark? Or ellipses question mark? There. You come with me, date Sonic. You must still be pretending to be dead, lazy bum. Alright, ready. Let's go get him. Let me tell you, darling, this has been a delight. A delight. The iron here is so intense, I love it. Oh, the thrill of a mystery. And theft. At least one theft. You probably committed a second one that we don't know about, at least. But the train has so many amenities, I feel so catered to. Admittedly, I've been having a lot of fun myself. The amusement of a chase. As you're a detective outside this mystery, SBL. I love a good thrill, it seems. On this train, I'm but a humble poet. You're willing to do an event like this again? Since the train does escape rooms as well. That sounds terrifying. Also, I think I can guess which room's the escape room. I love escape rooms, count me in! Oh, is that gonna be the sequel we get next year? Count me in! I'm so glad everyone's having a good time. Maybe we could ride a train just to relax sometime. Yeah, sure. You're the number one person I would suspect not to do that. Yeah, that'd be fun too. What is this mission mark? What's this mission mark? What's this mission mark? What's this mission mark? What in the world? That's Amy's voice. Quick, where's Amy? What's this mission mark? There's a lot of those. Yeah, he's still knocked out. Oh, Jesus, if this wasn't obvious from the first part. Like, that obviously wasn't an act. Come on. He's responding to us! Sonic! Sonic! Sorry, I can't do any louder than that. It's 2:45 a.m. Don't want to wake anyone up. Why does he hurt? Why isn't he moving? Sonic's making hear us! He's banged up. If there's a pulse, it's weak. Slow him down, Victor. Make sure his head is propped up. I'll help you. Ellipses. I knew one of you would take this too far! Exclamation mark. Yeah, Amy, you're still not totally out of the woods yet. But I just want to mention that. Just because you, quote-unquote, can't be the culprit doesn't mean you didn't actually do it. This is Sonic's birthday, no less! This is really one of us. And that's what I keep saying. Is no one else here, Knuckles? I mean, you're missing at least one person. At least. So ask again. Which one of you did this? Oopsies. Oopsies. This is excusable, Sonic's hurt. You're gonna expose the monster who did this. Oh, now you care. Uh-huh. Yeah, see, I would be more willing to believe this if you took it more seriously that he obviously was in pain before. Like, that clearly wasn't part of the act. Actually, come to think of it, do we actually know for an objective fact that Sonic was supposed to be the victim? Do we actually know that? Or was it supposed to be someone else and they noticed Sonic was down, so they just played along with it and decided not to? The exclamation mark Tails is not having it. I thought Sonic can handle anything, but somehow he met his match? On a stupid train? I love this train and its microwave, but come on! This is embarrassing. I'm gonna help you get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely! Me too. Same. We're gonna figure out exactly what happened in this room. And punish the one responsible. Sonic, you really was here this whole time, and I did nothing. You did more than anyone else did. Yes, you did nothing. But... and at the same time, no one else is even humoring the idea that it could have been anything else. You at least mentioned it to Tails. That is more than anyone else can claim. I'm ready, my wrong. I'm gonna stick down the murderer. Tails, I have a question to ask. Who, in this room, did this? Who killed Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh, they're gonna make... That's well, I mean... I still think SPO is the most suspicious of the bunch. Okay, the fact that they're still letting me pick between these two is... suspect. Because I still think these two are both way more suspicious than he is. First off, this big one, which is... They don't have alibis. Like, their alibi is that they were with me. Okay, fine. I was knocked out for a long time. That doesn't prove anything. Alright, let's, I guess, start with the least likely and move up. Knuckles is by far the least likely of them to do it, so I'm gonna go with him. I don't see it. You're explaining your reasoning. Oh, well, I put in this file like this. It's hard to explain. Go pick someone else. Who killed Sonic the Hedgehog? Okay, then after that I would say it's the next least likely is Shadow. I just don't think he did it. It's not the bottom of his motivation, remember? He was looking out the door so he wouldn't see him buying me a gift. What a sweetie. Let me think again. Okay, and then after that it starts getting a bit murkier. Definitely saving, like, these three for last, because they're... So I'll go with these two next. Let's see, I can explain... Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, they have nothing. Vector? Yeah. Well, we're down to 3. Okay, I've got to see these answers. But that can't be right. It's just to be the murderer. Just because they didn't have the card thing doesn't mean they're safe. Like, this is clearly going off script, Amy. Like, your alibis don't hold up anymore. Oh, that's right. Let me pick again. Yeah. I still think the second we went off script, like, their alibis fell to dust. But okay. Espio, you were the one that murdered Sonic, weren't you? Oops, exclamation mark. After guessing literally everyone else, so to be fair, I've been saying I've been suspecting Espio for a while. So, yeah. Down to the point where even down in the library, like, yeah, your alibi does not hold. Like, this would be like, by Ace Attorney standards, this would be like a really easy second case. Like, it's too complex to be a first case, so by second case, which is still usually pretty simple, like, this would be pretty easy. Like, we're talking like match of turnabout levels easy. If not easier. Exclamation mark! No such thing, my young friend. What if it's about how wits you wish? I would love to discuss things. Let's discuss. What the? You're accusing Espio? We already talked about this. The man is reading. You have nothing. Restating Espio's alibi would be helpful for everyone, I think. Espio's locked into the library card reading. You'll need access to the saloon card during the murder. However, new evidence has come to light that needs to be addressed. New evidence? Oh, it's right. Could you fill everyone in? What do we find that brings the question of Espio's alibi? Vector's been active protective. We discovered a hidden passage. I mean, yes, Vector's been active protective. I think it's what brings Espio's alibi into question. Is Vector's suspiciousness. He's oddly protective, and I believe he knows something. Well, wait till the room. You don't have any friends. You go to map for your friends. I know Espio wouldn't do this, Sonic. I think you're off a bit there. Fine. Okay, change your strategy. Fine. Espio could have left the library at any time because Tails and I found a hidden passage from the library car. To the lounge car. In the lounge, the hidden passage exits behind the wardrobe. I feel lucky we even found it. Not only would Espio avoid any lost cars or doors, but they would put him in the car just for this one. You have no evidence I used any secret passage. Yeah, in fact, we don't even know for a fact that it even works from that side. Like, we only opened it from the other side. And presumably we just never closed it. And that's how we were able to get back. This is what happens when you don't thoroughly examine things. I answered all your questions without flaw. I was reading the entire time, remember? Yeah, I quizzed you about 3 pages, all back to back there at the very beginning of the book. It's true, you didn't miss a question. But I think my mind I can explain that to you, my kind. How did Espio know everything in the train manual he was reading? He's a post, he's a quick reader. It's the same question. Sure. Espio's a poet, I feel such profession make you quite the reader. But what are you getting at? You picked a random book from the shelf and memorized it. Just to guarantee yourself a clean alibi. What? What? That's absurd. Memorizing a whole book? Yeah, he had an hour. Actually, he had less than an hour. Especially for saying he's the murderer. Mind you, again, I only asked him about 3 pages, but still. And this is a talented bunch, but this seems like a lot. I don't know, it is possible. SPO is particularly skilled. I've known this for a long time. He once read a book was reading just to spoil the ending for me. That actually sounds completely in character. If I'm right, SPO quickly memorized the book before entering the hidden passage. SPO could have met Sonic in the conductor's car where he was murdered. Since we're only talking about ifs, let me throw something at you. How was I to know about this hidden passage? It's hidden. That's right, how would SPO even know it was there? Yourself, kid, you were lucky to even find the passage. Megamind and I might not have evidence to answer your question, but we know someone who does. Megamind? Who here's the evidence to prove that SPO knew about the hidden passage? The only one I can think of... Oh, actually, no. I was gonna say Shadow, but no, it's Amy. What? No, it has to be Amy. She's the one that kept going off about it. That wasn't exactly what I had in mind. But if you could give me a hint. Once you can see something later, now it's time to take a look. What is that? See something later? Most of them said that. It was you. It was SVO. It was Vector. Okay, now I'm at the point where I'm not actually sure. Shadow would be my immediate guess, but I don't think he ever said anything about showing us something later. If anything, he wanted us to get out of his hair as soon as possible. Knuckles? No. Maybe it is Shadow? No. Okay, it's one of those two, but... Blaze? No, okay. Brute Force failed me. Rouge, we see those blueprints. Oh, right, yeah, you did mention that. But, I don't know, that's not evidence, I wasn't counting that. Blueprints? You're still blueprints? Whatever, I already used to scout for more treasure. Came up cold. You can have it. Blueprints are added to your inventory. Mr. Here's a blueprint to the entire train! This we could have easily used to find the hidden passage, except we just confirmed that Rouge had it the entire time. Yeah, exactly. What makes you think I ever saw those blueprints? Rouge had them. Okay, do you have an answer for him? No! Like, we are officially, like, you've gone beyond leaps. This is meteoric levels of stretching. So we swiped them from the conductor, so we found them before Rouge did? Didn't Rouge say that she had them before? Whatever. I guess... No. Swiping the conductor is more something that Rouge would have done. Rouge, where did you find the blueprints? Oh, the library car was stuffed with the brochures. Check the slim car first. We found the blueprints after leaving. So that means SPO had time to find the blueprints. And discover the hidden passage. My theory, SPO left the blueprints and then used the hidden passage to get to Sonic. Within these guidelines, the murderer can kill a single participant however they choose. Logistics are still vague, but Megamind and I have evidence on how Sonic was murdered. Not sure how much harm SPO caused Sonic, but Megamind and I have evidence on how it was done. Exclamation mark? Oh, this is rich. Pray tell. Remember, Sonic, how did I do it? You used the menu. Somehow this doesn't seem right. Look, as we have murdered Sonic. It doesn't seem right. And they want the blowgun dart, so... Yeah. Okay, I form my arguments. Come on, focus, you're closer, friend. What would Sonic do? Obviously, you would think. Okay. I need 60 rings! Oh no, they're actually putting slants in now. What? Oh, that got me. Okay, that got... Oh, it's okay, let me try again. Okay, I hope that isn't a regular thing that happens from now on, because that's actually really mean. Like, that is actually just like a death farm. Okay. Okay, now, to be fair, there is a towel. With the cracks in the floor. I just didn't know that was a thing that could happen. It's Blowdart sound here in the conductor's room. Exclamation mark. I believe that's how you use this to knock Sonic unconscious. So you mean Sonic might just be knocked out? I'm sure. He's more banged up than what a blow dart would do. According to these rules, a blow dart counts as a kill for the murder mystery. My theory, therefore, is plausible. Plausible, you say. Why are there so many holes in it? Exclamation mark. You deny the allegations. Of course I do. Let's present the first fatal flaw. Why not have Sonic in the conductor's car? And how was Sonic found in the dining car? Oh shoot, it's good. Tails was on something, I'm sure of it. I locked all the doors and asked me to another key. Would have had to take the in passage back. If he took the in passage back, couldn't get back from the library. Yeah, he'd still need to get through the saloon. And he'd have to do it without anyone noticing. But, yeah, I don't know when this is going to happen, because if we're talking about Shadow locking up the doors, then it would have had to have been after everyone was already there. I know another way it could have been done. But we do? These evidence we can take a closer look at. The blueprints? No, that's obviously the menu, come on. I don't think it's the right direction. What if it shows another it's either the blueprints or the map. Alright, now what's my argument? I'm getting closer, think with my think! Alright, we're going again. 65 rings! Look at all these spikes. So many rings! Oh no. Okay, I have enough rings. Okay, that one's actually kind of tough. I got it first try still, but these are getting tricky. Alright, let's take a look. Fastbio didn't take secret passage to get to the dining car. What were the Sonic used to get there? Exclamation mark. There's a path above the conductor car. It goes all the way to the dining car. You talking about the vent? Ellipse exclamation mark. Huh? I didn't even see that area. Is that some sort of long attic? Bring these blueprints as a hidden path in the ceiling straight to the dining car. Perhaps you can access it through the vent over there. Exclamation mark. The vent, of course! Let's be the entrance to the path. Let me check it out. Oh my word! There's a path back there and a track! A track? Huh? Track for robot arms, I think. This was the path the arms take to move through the train. So you're saying I somehow fit with Sonic in that vent and took him to the dining car. Oops, exclamation mark. Tails, you're a smart kid, so I know you realize we both couldn't fit up there. This feels right. This is feeling flimsy, Tails. I need an answer. My name's getting dragged around here. I thought would I get Sonic to the vent? I mean, we're out of evidence, so menu. I don't know. What could have been used to carry Sonic to the vent? It's the only piece of evidence we haven't shown yet. You're not thinking my argument. You can do this, Reverend. You can do this. I don't like the flashing lights. Okay. Okay, got it. I've only really failed on that one. Well, two. There was only really the one that I severely screwed up with. Everyone saw the broken robot arm on the ground, right? Clearly a fight broke out here, and one of these robot arms is the casualty. What if one of the robot arms actually caught Sonic? Looks like there's a track the robot arms used that continues through the vent. The robot arm could have grabbed Sonic past that from a blow dart. and carried him to the dining car. Could that be true? Take a look at Sonic. He's clearly banged up. I just want to mention, there's nothing that we've said so far that actually pins it to SBO. Like, everything we have said could apply to anyone. Like, there's nothing that says specifically SBO is the only one that could have done it. Like, the fight between Sonic and the arms. There's a suspicion mark. I can see that. Those arms do look powerful. So Sonic doesn't fall easy. He's losing on blow dogs. I'm just gonna drop them. Interesting theory, Tails. Yeah, that's why there's a lot of coincidences. I mean, that too, yeah. Although, that's one of those benefit of the doubt things you kind of have to give this genre. Because every plot has a lot of these. I might not be able to link everything directly to SBO yet, but I found one inconsistency. Lose exclamation mark. What kind of inconsistency? Someone here received false information and believe that information came from SBO. Who see that information? I mean, yeah, I know it's Amy, but we're going with everyone here. Not quite. Hot Scoop turned out to be false. Who was it? Not quite. It was Rouge. It was SBO. I wish I had put more joke answers in. Like, at least for, like, the obvious ones, like, yeah, SBO gave a tip to SBO. That framed SBO. It makes so much sense now. Okay, it's Amy. Amy, you received a hot scoop, did you not? I think Sammy tells where that scoop came from. Loses an exclamation mark. The Tails here? You're right. SBO lied to me. SBO told me Shadow's locking doors to trap Sonic. We found out Shadow was trying to keep me from discovering my birthday surprise. The scoop came from you, SBO. No, of course not. Amy must have misheard me. Ellipses. Misheard you? Yes, they said Sonic's trapped all these locked doors. I was just ready to passenger safety. I didn't blame Shadow. I didn't know SBO. What? The evidence might not be airtight, but there's a lot being thrown at you that makes sense. Yeah, I would like to reiterate what I said before, that nothing that has been said is exclusive to SBO. Like, the only thing that we have on him is that he's a speed reader. Okay. Like, can I say this to someone that was avidly saying his alibi doesn't make sense? But even then, I'm like, I don't know. Everything we're throwing at him right now could apply to anyone. Like, it could even apply to us. There is nothing that is giving anyone freedom of anything. I figured you want us to believe you were lazily reading the whole time. While you were stationed in the hidden passage. You know you're lying to me. My birthday of all days. I believe the murderer used trains controls to move Sonic from the conductor car to the dining car. Like Amy casting further blame on Shadow. For no other reason to cause doubt and confusion. By sounding everyone's alibis, one clearly stands out as the weakest. I mean, it's true. I believe it's clear to everyone. It could only have been one person. Oh, that could have only been one person. It was you, SBO. Oh wow, not even subtleties turning purposes at that point. You were the one that saw the Hedgehog. The suspicion mark. The suspicion mark. Oopsies. Hey guys, totally not dead, by the way. Ellipses. Hey guys. Sonic, you're okay. Sonic, just as we solved the mystery. That's just a murder. Right. SBO jumped me in the conductor car. But he got me. Blow dart though, really? It's not lethal poison. You'll be sleepy for a while. Oh, great. I could use a nap. Oh, wait, something important. SBO left me there. Suspicion was something important. I need everyone to listen. The train's a bad nick. That actually makes a lot of sense. Like, a lot of sense. What's this exclamation mark? Sonic, you feeling alright? No, I think he's quite sane. This actually makes a lot of sense. Robot arms everywhere, the Robotnik chips back at the casino. I'm just saying, it tracks. Do you need to lie back down? No! You'll need to get off this train! We're not safe! What? When I arrived at the conductor car, the conductor was already here. So excited to tell me about all the features of the train. What he was telling me, I had a bad feeling. I asked to see the power source. The conductor hadn't even seen it. When we took a look, we realized the train's powered by a flicky. A flicky, the tiny animal. There's only one person tough enough to use a flicky as a power source. Well, I mean, if you want to get into extended media, there is a depressingly long list of people twisted enough to use a flicky as a power source. Even if we're like discounting stuff like Archie as being non-canon anymore. IDW still has a few candidates, like I'm sure Starline would have no issues with using one. It's Dr. Eggman! I told the conductor the train needs to be destroyed. He refused. The way the conductor was describing it, it's more than a simple badnik. It's the conductor's friend. The train is his co-conductor. You're not serious. They certainly didn't tell me that in the interview. I just saw the flicky. I felt a sting on my shoulder. It was the blow dart from SBO. Ellipsis exclamation mark. Ellipses. Ellipses. SBO left. Lights in the room started to go red. Ellipses exclamation mark. Hey, stop. Or no, this conductor. Oh. Hey, stop! What are you doing? I knew something was wrong and stood up. The arms came for me next. I spin dashed right through the robot arms, sliced off the rail I was on. Ow! Macy was able to do anything, it's poisoned. But another robot arm managed to grab me and pin me to the floor. Oh! The conductor screamed as the arms approached him, but I was hit a bit before it got to me. Ow! Ellipses. 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 Everyone, I have something to admit. Ellipses. I'm sorry, the Hedgehog. At this point, obviously. Yeah, we already knew that. Ellipses. This just got so serious. Why don't you just tell us? Well, that's how these murder games worked. You know? I mean, yeah. To be fair, it wasn't actually that serious until Sonic woke up, as far as you were concerned. You shoot someone with a blow dart, they die. Are you crazy? It's just a regular game. Did you get hit with a blow dart? Oopsies. I mean, it's a non-lethal dart, who cares? It's just following the rules. See? Use this blow dart on Sonic Station in the conductor car. It is laced with a non-lethal sleeping agent. Thank you again for choosing the Mirage Express staff. What is that? It says use this blow dart on Sonic Station in the conductor car. It is laced with a non-lethal sleeping agent. Thank you again for choosing the Mirage Express staff. What is this? Instructions? I'm just gonna blow dart on that card. It's signed staff. Who gave this to you? Think of it. When the robotic arms handed it to me. Oopsies, exclamation mark. What shouldn't be on the train? Yeah, clearly that isn't something that we need to be worrying about anymore. Clearly that system doesn't work. What's the larger picture here? Who took those arms to attack? The hell? Or what? Mechaman, what do you think attacked Sonic and handed Esper the blow dart? The conductor. The train itself. I mean, I've been saying the conductor the whole time, but I mean, SPO said the train. And I'll go conductor. Yeah, exactly. According to Sonic, the conductor was attacked by robot arms. Daddy attacked himself on purpose. While it could have been an accident, I have a different theory. I believe something's been orchestrating things behind the scenes. Something wanted Sonic out of the picture and for a good while, so I think the train itself is spotting something. Oh, this is a exclamation mark. First we learned the train's a badnik, and now it's out to get us? Oh, it's gonna keep saying the most ridiculous nonsense! As soon as they convince the train has out to get us. I don't know what the train's full intent is. Clearly it's been tampering in our murder mystery game. The train? Exclamation mark. Come on, show yourself! I mean, it's a train, and you're on board. Amy! I don't need you messing with it! Amy's hitting the ball with her hammer. Right, what do you, Amy? This train can have it! Look, come on. There's gotta be another way to get the train's there's gotta be another way to get the train's attention. What was that? Oh. Well, we're in panic mode now. What did you two do? Is that the conductor? Here, I can get him down. Don't touch him. This is a exclamation mark. This is a exclamation mark. Is the train talking? It's been talking the whole time. Of course I can talk. You fools were too distracted playing your little game to figure it out. We were right, weren't we? What are you plotting? I'm taking all of you to Eggman's base, where you will rot. Eggman! After I deliver your annoying party right to his egg fortress. Annoying! The conductor and I will be free to laugh and play games, ride the open rails, like we always planned. What are you? Enough. The train's picking up speed. Everyone grab something. Oopsies. Oh, show these monsters the train off. Whoa. Sonic! Stay put until we arrive. Goodbye. Whoa. Whoa. I can't keep my footing. Oh! Bunch of evidence is falling out of my pockets. I think I'm gonna end it here. We've been going for another 40 minutes. And from what I can tell, there's still quite a bit of game left. Okay, maybe not a massive amount. We're talking like maybe 20 minutes if we pick the right options every time. But there's still a decent amount to go, so I'm gonna end it here for now. Thank you all for watching. Next part will definitely end it though. So until next time, take care, stay safe, and have a good one. Bye-bye!